Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. As you will know from the title, the ZX has big problems, and the biggest problem of them all is this one right here, me. I have a little bit of a confession to make. The original engine that was in this car that was hydro locked with the bent conrods and all that lot basically was the engine was too far gone, so I did source an alternative engine from a Peugeot 306, to be specific a 2002 plate Peugeot 306, which was a non-turbo engine, so it's slightly more modern and it has a lot less miles, and it was a good running engine before I got it. My biggest problem is the new engine from the 2002 Peugeot 306 came with Bosch injectors, Bosch fuel lines and a Bosch fuel pump. Now all that was working and running okay before I had the engine out of the scrap vehicle. I decided I was going to stick with my Lucas pump, not paying attention to the fact that there was Bosch parts on there, completely disregarding the fact that it may have Bosch injectors, Bosch fuel pump. I just thought, well, there's my fuel pump, I'll reuse mine. I know it's good, I know it's economical, put it back on, and then I'll get a Bosch pump later in the future. Not realising that I had a Bosch pump to start with, and that engine was running a Bosch pump, right? So where we're at now is my ZX has started, as you would have seen from the previous video, except it's running Bosch injectors, a set of fuel lines which I can't quite work out whether they're Bosch ones or Lucas ones, I'm not entirely sure. They went on okay and it started, until I realised basically I didn't expect the exhaust pipe to be pretty much throwing out diesel. That's basically what it is. It's over-fueling quite badly, and it's just now started to not run very nice, even though like I said, the exhaust pipe has a strong smell of diesel. So I looked into it further, and I've got the carrier here for either the Bosch pump or the Lucas pump. I'm not entirely sure now, so I'm not entirely sure what one is on the car, whether it's the Lucas one or the Bosch one, but these brackets are actually identical. Whether it's a Bosch pump or a Lucas pump, it's irrelevant. These brackets are exactly the same, except just inside there you've got another set of holes, one there and one there. Now one location is for Lucas and one location is for Bosch. Not entirely sure just yet which ones are which, so this may be set up for a Bosch pump, it may be set up for a Lucas pump, because I've had 2 engines worth of parts and I've got muddled up with parts somewhere along the line. So it may have the Bosch bracket already fitted to the car, it may have the Lucas bracket already fitted to the car. So that's that. I have the inlet fuel line with the top of the fuel filter housing for the Bosch pump, so that will be getting changed over and go on, because the inlet fuel, as you can probably guess now, I am going to be changing to the Bosch pump, but that'll be in the next video. This is just me talking and telling you guys how much of a numbskull I was and messing up. So what we've got here is, I will show you actually. You'd have to just excuse my very, very messy shed. There is the original 4 pistons from my engine. There is the original block for my engine. Not only did I bend 2 conrods, I also bust up the same 2 shims on the same piston, on the same chambers. So cylinder 2 and cylinder 3 also bust the bottom shims on the crankshaft at the bottom. This head is the original head. First of all, these are sheared. I'm not too bothered, didn't bother taking them off, because once I'd got the head off, well, I was going to do that on the bench afterwards, but once I got the head off I realised that this head isn't in a very good condition anyway. That's the original head for my car. I have since taken these injectors out just to double check that they are Lucas. I don't know how well you're going to see that. Let's put the light on, see if I can get one that's coming up clear. I think you can just about make that out as Lucas. I'm not entirely sure, but they're the injectors that was in my car. They was working fine, the Lucas pump was working fine. The problem I now have as well though is my Lucas pump is also leaking diesel. So this, just push that out of the way and drop an injector on the floor. That was clever of me. So this is the Bosch pump. I do still have the keyway for that. I do still have the cam that goes on that, but I think they're exactly the same, whether it be Bosch or Lucas. Whereas the Lucas one comes in here for the cold start. The cold start comes in this side, the opposite side, and goes off to this point here. We then have the throttle on the top like normal. Seems to be working alright, and that will go through that hole there, and I'll be able to use the throttle cable just as normal. And the fuel inlet is there, and the outlet is there, which is the opposite to what the Lucas one is. So in the engine bay, as I said, we've got the diesel, the Bosch fuel injectors. I have also got a injector seal leak in there. I haven't had these injectors out of this engine at all, but I have got new injector seals to put in, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep the Bosch injectors. I'm going to have to take all this timing belt cover off and the engine bracket, and I'm going to work on the car in the engine in situ. As I said, this pump bracket, I'm not entirely sure if it's the correct one for the Lucas or the correct one for the Bosch, but like I said, I'll change that over. This arm is very, very loose, but it's literally leaking diesel all around here, and basically that's my issue with that. But to be honest, what I've gone through with this, I was kind of expecting a problem to happen. I wasn't expecting it to be my own stupid problem though. So it is just a case of getting this issue sorted, which will be in the next video where I change that over. The aspect of changing over to a Bosch pump was something I was going to do as a future video, but I need to do it now just to kind of get my car running properly. So that will be coming soon. So the long and the short of this aspect is, I'm an idiot. I messed up, but it's not too big of a deal because it can be repaired and can be sorted, and it just gives me another video to make for you guys. Sorry if I've bored you guys to death, because it's a bit of a boring, I'd probably watch this and go bye bye, I'm not watching. I will say goodbye for now, take care. There will be another one of my videos up in this corner, and my YouTube subscribe icon will be in this corner. I promise there will be some mechanical work in the next video. Take care guys, bye for now.